Oh, hello there. My name is Connor Perkins, and what you're about to watch is a social experiment that I conducted in downtown Athens, Georgia, asking strangers one simple yet profound question. What is the meaning of life? I asked 37 different participants, and the results, well, they're pretty interesting. So if you stumbled across this video and you are not my professor grading this assignment, then sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. And if you are Professor Cat, well then, cheers. All right, let's get into it. Question of the day is, and there's no wrong answer.
Okay.
I just want to hear
All right.
whatever. I know I'm catching you off guard, but you just
No,
you just
you're
tell
good.
me whatever you think. What is the meaning of life to you, and why do you think we're here on this earth?
Okay. Me personally,
Yeah.
I personally think that we each get to choose our own purpose. I don't think that that's been predetermined for us. I think we each have the individual freedom to choose what our own purpose is. I haven't quite figured out what my purpose is yet, but I think that's like an individual thing that each person gets to choose. I don't think there's one answer for everybody. Like, oh, everyone should do this. I think it's just up to the individual what their own goals are.
Yeah. That's a good answer. Is there do you think there's like a higher power that's involved in that, and is that something that dictates what each person's purpose is, or is that just like?
I'm not a believer, so I think
Okay.
it's like just I don't believe in fate. I just believe that we control our own paths and we're in control of our own destiny.
Yeah. Okay. So you say like science backed kind of thing.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. What do you think your purpose is, or is that something you're still trying to find?
Yeah, I am trying to find it. I think I'm a teacher, so have a good career, help
Yeah.
my students, and I want to be a mom one day. So that's also something I won't feel like fulfilled until I have kids, I guess.
Definitely. Yeah. Let's go, man. Is it cool if I ask you a couple quick questions? I can find somebody else that's fine. Yeah, no worries, man. No worries. Yeah. Is it cool if I bother you for like 2 minutes, man? Appreciate it, man. I'm just doing like a question social experiment for a school project. And if you want to throw that on there, I wanted to ask you one question of the day and get your input on it. There's no right or wrong answers. I'm just curious to know what somebody thinks about this question. So, what do you think is the meaning of life, and like why are we here on this earth?
All right, serious answer?
Serious answer.
All right. I think it's got to be to experience new things and to experience emotions, experience helping people, I think is a big part of it. Yeah, because what's life without experiences? I mean, if you think about it, that's the real punishment of like prison, is you can't experience. It's like everything's just monotonous in prison.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah. That's what keeps life going is
Yeah.
experiences.
yeah, experiences for sure.
Yeah. Would you say that somebody with little to no experiences in life, let's say, hypothetically, somebody just locked themselves in their rooms and didn't do anything all day, every day, would they have no meaning to life then?
When you say do nothing, I mean, yeah. I mean, there's internal experiences, I guess, that could definitely help. But yeah, I mean, if that's, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good answer. What do you say, like, we're working towards, like, some common goal? Like, do you think all of humanity's together working towards something? Or is there, like, a higher power that we're trying to seek after? Or are we just here by chance, do you think?
I think it's kind of on accident, but we're all just trying to make life easier. That's like every job. It's like it's just making life easier for sure. Yeah. As far as a higher power, I think the higher power is more like the collective of humanity. Like the way people can help each other and impact each other's lives is just. I think that's what we really should be working towards. Yeah.
That's great, man. That's
Thank
great
you.
answers. I appreciate your input, man.
I'm Noah.
That's awesome. I'm Connor.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, is it cool if we use this video for projects? Sweet, man.
Shit.
Good deal. You gave some very interesting responses, so I appreciate that, man. Have a good day now. All right. What do you think the meaning of life is, and why we're here on Earth?
Whoa. Yeah, the meaning of life and why we're here. That's a good question. I don't know how to answer that.
It's a tough question. It
Yeah,
is.
I don't know how to answer that one.
Do you think that we're here for? Do you think there's like a higher power, like a God or something that put us here, that gave us meaning, or is it just like we're here on our own and we just don't know why we're
I
here?
believe in the higher
In a
power.
higher power.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you follow like a certain higher power, or not
No,
so much,
I
you'd say?
I believe there is God,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I don't know how to answer that.
That was good footage. So I feel good about it. I think got some good feedback. Lots of different beliefs, wide responses. So I'm liking what we're getting so far. So maybe we can hit downtown, see if the responses vary based on different socioeconomic classes, and we'll go from there. Question of the day is: what is the meaning of life to you guys? Why do you think we're here?
You first, me first. I think that's a really good question. Oh, I got to get closer.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, I believe that our purpose in life is to honor and glorify God in everything that we do, and to spread His name to increase the kingdom. And the way that we do that is by honoring the things that He's commanded us to do, and not always doing exactly what we want to do, but trying to figure out what His will is and doing that instead.
That's really good. That's really good. Do you have anything to add on to that?
Ooh, could I say I second that?
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, honestly, just like living for God and like enjoying what He's made for us, and yeah, bringing honor and glory to Him, because that's where like we're more fulfilled is when we're bringing Him glory, because He created us to like live for Him. So in that we feel the most fulfilled, and so that's where I feel like my purpose is to bring God glory.
That's great. Do you think that if somebody doesn't know God, do you think they don't have purpose in life?
I think it's hard to have purpose because everything that humans do, we have something that we have to worship. So people worship, having status in life, having a successful career, having money is the typical one, but money or the opinions of other people. So you're gonna have a purpose in life, but it might not be the right one.
That's good. That makes sense. And you guys said that last question. You said that God, He gives you purpose and He fulfills you. What does that mean? What does that look like for you guys?
For me, I feel like what he said earlier, when you're like living in a way that like glorifies Him, so whether that's serving other people, like living in a way that's not like selfish, that's where like I feel like the most fulfilled. So I feel like He like gives that to you. It's like a gift from Him, like His love for you, and then like your relationship with Him as well. It's like very like fulfilling, and so that's like a very like personal relationship too.
Yeah, that's great. Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
I just wanted to ask you, the question of the day is, what is the meaning of life to you? Why do you think we're here on this earth? What's the purpose of this all?
I could never really answer that. Nobody really knows the meaning of life except God.
Do you think God has told us what the meaning of life is through the Bible?
I don't know.
How have you found meaning in your life?
Living each and every day to the fullest extent. Being thankful for those around me, and being thankful for the experiences I've been through.
That's great. That's awesome. Yeah, well, thank you for that input, man. I appreciate it. You have a good day. Good deal. What do you think the meaning of life is and why we're here on this earth?
Help others that are less fortunate. Guide them.
Yeah.
Pretty much it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of pain and grief in this world. A lot of people do nothing about it. Some people were born to help, and some people were born not to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just control myself. That's all I can do. What do you think it is?
I think the meaning is to glorify God. I'm a Christian, so I would say
Me too.
To glorify God. I think God is the reason why we're here, and He created us, and we should glorify Him, tell others about Him, and ultimately this life is a vapor. It'll be gone in the snap of fingers compared to eternity.
Absolutely, absolutely. You say glorifying God. I agree with you. I think that's mine too. That you know what I mean.
Yeah,
I'm over 60 years old. I kind of both things together.
sure.
But yeah, I find that I have a strong belief in God.
You mind if I ask you a question for a school project?
Oh yeah, sure, go.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Here you go, brother. So I just want to go around. I'm asking people what they think the meaning of life is. So in your definition, what do you think is the meaning of life, and like why are we here on this earth? And what can we make sense of it all?
Well, ultimately, I would say the meaning of life is whatever you want to make of it. But in the name of a beautiful Italian woman I once knew roughly a decade ago, I would say for me, the meaning of life is love, to be honest with you. And through love, self-love, and/or altruistic or otherwise, too, we become who we are meant to be, and we give back unto others. I was told that our sole purpose and life mission doesn't always have to be what we do, but rather who we are and who we want to become, the identity. So, if nothing else, love yourself because you're valued. You can't give anything to anyone else if you didn't exist in the first place. Could say more, but I believe that's more than enough. And
Yeah.
if nothing else, I'm just thankful for all of you.
Amen. I just wanted to ask you, what do you think the meaning of life is, and why we're here on this earth?
Interesting.
Yeah.
I don't just kind of do whatever.
Okay.
Just it doesn't really matter. Like most of the time, a lot of the solutions I've found to problems are that it's not that deep. So it's just kind of whatever you make of it, especially if nothing's forced on you.
Yeah.
And then if something is, I guess the point would be to get away from that. But that's also up to. I think the point is more so freedom than having for it to be something. So
Do you think there's like a reason why we're on this earth?
if there is, it'd be like really unlikely that you could discern it.
Tough. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you're even meant to. Some people believe in like gods or something like that, but if that's the case, then like you'd also have to be able to discern that. Assuming they wanted you to, then also you have to weigh the chances of it being made up. Which, in some degree, one of the religions would be made up. That religion would be successful. So, I don't know.
The question of the day is, what do you think the meaning of life is, and why we are here on this earth?
I hope, like my outlook is for just to start happiness, I guess, to make other people happy.
Yeah.
Because I think doing that, you can find happiness for yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Definitely.
I think my meaning of life is to spread just love and kindness as much as I can.
What do you guys think is the meaning of life, and why we're here on this earth?
That's a question. I think we're here.
There's no wrong answers.
I believe in God. I think we're here to serve people and love others.
Yeah.
And yeah,
That's great.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I completely agree.
Yeah. Amen. Awesome. Well, thank you guys. I appreciate it.
thank you.
What do you think is the meaning of life, and why we're here on earth?
Oh, Connor. Oh my gosh. Okay. I guess to treat other people how you want to be treated. And for those who are religious, my meaning of life is serving God. So
Yeah. Yeah. So you find your meaning in treating others well, and
treat your neighbor as yourself.
yeah, it's biblical.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's great. Okay.
All right.
So somebody that does not believe in God, or that does not treat others well, just to, let's say like you're just common like dirt in the world. Like, are they fulfilling their meaning in life, or are they still trying to find that meaning? You think?
I'd say still trying to find it. I feel like everybody has a different meaning in life. So for me, they wouldn't be, or like if that was who I would, how do I word it? If that's who I was, I would not be fulfilling my meaning. But someone may have a different meaning.
Let's see what the people at the smoke shop have to say about what the meaning of life is. What's going on, man? Hey, so I wanted to ask if you'd be willing to answer a quick question for me for a school project.
Yeah, sure.
Appreciate it, man. So, question of the day is, what do you think the meaning of life is, and why we're here on this earth?
Jeez.
I know I'm putting you on the spot, but there's no wrong answers. It's
No.
just whatever you believe in.
Yeah, I think the meaning of life is to be as present as possible, and right here, right now, because that's where life is. That's when life is. It's right here, right now. It's never any other time. It's not the future.
the past. So I try to do the best I can to stay present and not think too much about the past or the future, because it's all you have control over.
Yeah, that's great. Do you think that people, if they're living in the past or thinking about the future, they can miss out on what life has to offer for them?
Absolutely. I mean, we're all victims to that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Anxiety is thinking about the future, and depression is thinking about the past.
Definitely. What do you think is a way that you're able to stay present? I know it's such a hard thing to do sometimes with all the chaos going around, but how are you able to stay
It's
present?
like I've gone through periods where like I've been like extremely present and like not a worry in the world, even if I'm like doing work or whatever, and like have things to work like to do. Like if you just stay present, like it just helps your mindset so much more. But then like you'll fall out of that easily and just get back into old familiar routines. But I think the best way to stay present, at least like what a lot of books say, is to like focus on your breath and try to breathe consciously.
Yeah,
I guess is like probably one of the best strategies.
Yeah, that's great. Awesome, man. Well, I appreciate that, man. What's your name?
Peter.
Peter? I'm Connor. Nice to meet you, Peter.
What class is it for?
It's for logic and critical thinking. It's like a philosophy class.
Oh, okay.
So I'm basically going around seeing if people are willing to engage in conversation with strangers. And you passed. You know, a lot of people have gotten like, a lot of people saying like, nah, I don't want to talk. But we've gotten some good feedback. So
Hell yeah.
I appreciate it, man.
Cool.
Yeah, take it easy, bro.
Yeah, you too.
Thank you, man.
I like that breathing center.
Yeah.
It is, yeah. It's nice. All right. How's it going? How's it going? Good, man. Do you mind if I ask you a quick question for a school project?
Okay.
I appreciate it. Is it okay if we film this?
Okay.
Awesome, man. So the question of the day is, what do you think is the meaning of life and why we're here on this earth? Like, why are we here? Like, what does it mean?
It's an old question.
It is
There
an
are a
old
lot of
question.
answers. I think the answer depends on you.
What is your answer to the meaning of life? What is
I'm
your
not sure
meaning
yet.
of life? You're not sure yet. Okay. All right. Well, thank you for the feedback. All right. He doesn't know. Okay.
So what's that comment?
I don't know. Did he engage? I don't know.
You engaged though.
Yeah. Kinda. Yeah. He clearly didn't want to though. That's okay. That's okay. I'm a stranger. I don't have time for the meaning of life shenanigans. I'm some kind of joke right now. I know. Oh, this guy looks interesting. Something on the bench.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All right. Should I run? Should I sprint towards him? I don't want to freak him out. Oh man. You mind if I ask you a question for a school project? So I'm going around asking people what they think the meaning of life is. Like, why are we here on this earth, and what does this all mean? What do you think it means, man? You have no idea. What is your meaning of life? Like in your definition, there's no wrong answer. It's just like are we here because like a God put us here and we're supposed to glorify Him? Or are we here because of chance? Like, what are we doing on this earth? Do you think? Okay, no worries, man. You're good, man. No worries. All right, brother. You have a good day. All right. Hey, ladies. How are we doing today?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good. So, is it cool if I ask you all a question for a school project?
Yes. Yeah.
Awesome. So, the question of the day is, what do y'all think is the meaning of life? Like, why are we here on this earth? I know it's a big question, but
That's a really
like in your definition, in your life experiences, what gives y'all meaning in life, and why are we here?
I would say my family gives me meaning in life, and my friends, like people who make you feel fulfilled and people that make you feel loved. I would say that.
Yeah, that's great. That's awesome. What about you
I
guys?
would say that too, and to like follow your interests and become your own person.
Amen to that. Okay, I like that.
I would say living like makes you meaning of life, and
Living, 100%.
and to make a difference in the world, like just like leave it better than you came into it as.
Yeah, that's great. What difference are you making?
You know, all the differences.
Amen, sister. Come on now. I like that. That's great. All right. Well, thank you for the input, guys. Appreciate it. All right. All right. That was good.
Say, hey, ladies.
Ladies man, huh?
No.
Better not let Billy find out.
No, Billy. Don't cut that part out. What's going on? Good, man. How are you doing? Chilling? Hey, is it cool if I ask a question for a school project for you? Thank you, bro. So the question of the day is, what do you think is the meaning of life and why we're here on this earth?
I feel like that's up to you to make. That's up for you to create. That's up to you to find out in your time here, your experience here. For me, it's to enlighten, it's to uplift, it's to find myself throughout the world. It's to create. Honestly, all of us can be creators or destroyers. We can both be both, and so it's just like meaning of life is up to you.
That's great, bro. And when you say create, what is it? What do you mean by that? What are you creating?
You actively create your reality in every second, through your perception or perspective. You actively create the conditions around you. The law of correspondence really says that all the time. So as above, so below, from within, so without. So as you create from within, it creates everything you see.
Some refresher.
Red Bull refresher? Okay, yeah, I doubt. I'll get my hands behind that. So I want to ask you guys a really deep question, if y'all are up for it.
All right.
What do you think is the meaning of life? Like, why are we here on this earth? Like, what's the point of this all? There's no wrong answers.
I feel like this is an unanswerable question.
It could be. That's true. But in your definition, with your experiences in life, what do you think is your meaning to life? Like, is there a God that put us here, or is it like all spontaneous and like, do we have a purpose here? Like, why are we here?
I mean, I believe in God, so I believe He put us on the planet.
Okay.
Yeah, I think from like a Christian side, it would be like to spread the love of Jesus. From just more basic side, just whole open side, I'd say to just live life. To be honest, like not necessarily put a meaning behind it, but just live.
Just to use the life that God gave you.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I really like that. Well, thank you guys for your responses. I appreciate it. I'm going around asking people what they think the meaning of life is. Like, why are we on this earth, and what's the point of this all? What do you guys think is the meaning for life?
We were having this conversation actually earlier.
Oh, really? Okay. Perfect.
Different for everyone, right? So, how about you? No. It's a difficult one. I don't know. I'm struggling with it right now. I've always kind of thought you're here to find a purpose, and it's different for everyone.
Yeah.
And it changes over time, also, right? I mean, I just turned 50, and it was different when I was 20. It was different when I was 30, and right now it's different, and I'm still finding, I guess, what is the purpose for which I'm here. You know, once more than half your life is behind you, I think it's a little bit, you're kind of looking at it with a different perspective than you have most of it ahead of you. So I guess in a roundabout way, I'm saying it's evolving, and it's different for everyone.
So you think it changes? Like, your meaning has changed when you were 20 to when you're 30 to now when you're 50?
I think it does. For me, it has.
Okay.
And, you know, what was important for you in those early years is different than it is later on. And finding that purpose, I think, is one of the most important things for an individual to live a happy and a happy life, right?
Yeah.
Without that purpose, I guess life is relatively meaningless.
What do you think?
Try and find some amount of fulfillment while you're doing that.
Yeah. How have you found fulfillment? I mean, I see you got the one wheel out. That's pretty sick.
I find a lot of fulfillment in that.
100%.
I find fulfillment in my work. I work at the local NPR radio station, so I feel like I'm, providing a service to our community, and that makes me feel good. And in general, just trying to make this world a little bit brighter place, man. Like
100%.
Too much negativity.
All right, guys, how are we doing here? I just want to ask a very important question as to what the meaning of life is and why we're here on this earth. So if somebody can give me that answer, that'd be highly appreciated.
To fuck bitches, get money.
Oh, okay. That is a meaning. That is your meaning. That's great. Okay. Would you guys agree with that meaning or
No.
differ from it?
It's not my vibe, but I love that part.
Okay. So what is your personal meaning? I appreciate the feedback. That's great.
TBD on that. I don't actually know. I don't have the answer.
No worries. No worries.
Yeah.
You have anything for us?
I don't think any of us can have the answer.
That's fair.
I think we'll figure it out eventually, but I don't think in this life. So
Yeah.
maybe one day though.
Do you think there's a life after this life?
I mean, maybe. I don't know. I think people get too caught up on whether there is or isn't, and we kind of ignore the stuff going on around us. I think we should kind of live life to its fullest and
live in the moment,
not worry about what comes after. You know?
Yeah. Excuse me. You mind if I ask y'all a quick question while I red light? So, what do y'all think is the meaning of life and why we're here on this earth?
You got this.
Just be happy, dude. Make every moment count.
I like that.
That's good. Okay. I appreciate that. Good stuff. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. All right. What do you think is the meaning of life and why we are here? Like, what's the purpose? It's such a broad question, but it's something that I've gotten a lot of interesting responses from different people, and I want to know what your meaning of life is and what you make of it all.
I think the most important thing is to self-actualize, to start to understand who you are. And then once you understand who you are, share yourself with other people. And then as you get older, like I'm a little older, is to give back, is to teach others.
That's
what
beautiful.
you've learned.
That's really beautiful. And what does it look like to give back from what you already have?
Well, me personally, I'm a quilter.
Okay.
So I think that for me, teaching quilting and teaching younger people how to quilt is
Yeah.
giving back to me, and most directly, and then indirectly sharing what other wisdom I might have with other interesting young people.
All right, Shalom. So, as my videographer for this project, what do you think is the meaning of life? This better be good. This better be good. I have high hopes.
The meaning of life. Life, man. Such a beautiful thing. So check this out, right?
All right.
A wise man once said, the biggest tragedy in life isn't death. It's life without a purpose. Right? I think the meaning of life is to understand that, for one, we're all one, created by, God, Jesus Christ, right? And I believe that we're all created in his image for a purpose. And we all have gifts. No matter who you think you are, you might be homeless, you might be rich, you might be poor. It doesn't matter. Everybody is born with a gift on the inside. It's just a matter of discovering what it is and figuring out how you can use it to service people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then he also said, a wise man once said, make yourself valuable, people will pay you to be yourself. So I think life is about discovering your gift, discovering what you love to do, why you're here on this earth, who you are, where you're going, and who created you.
That's bars, man. That's bars. And what is your purpose? And what is something that drives you to find your meaning?
My purpose, I believe, is to help others find their purpose, to help inspire other people to figure out who they are and, why they're here. And, it's my passion.
Yeah.
I just tell you, it's my passion. And I love people. I love conversating with people. And I'm glad I'm able to help Connor out with this video.
Amen. And
I hope everything works out. We've got some great responses. I've learned so much today. There's so much you can learn in anybody. We talked to some homeless people, some people at a restaurant, some people just on the street, some people in a car. I mean, Connor killed it today. So it was a great experience. And
then just tell Professor Cat to give me an A if you can.
Yeah, you bet. Nah, you have to give him an A. Did you see what we just did? Like, we just walked around downtown asking people questions. Like, come on.
So, there you have it, folks. I asked 37 different people, got a wide variety of answers, religious-based answers, culture-based answers, all this kind of stuff. I'm not going to ramble because you just saw the video. But I do think it's interesting that despite our fast-paced, ever disconnected world, there are still people out there that want to share. It's my heater that just went on. Sorry about that. There are still people out there that want to share these life experiences, these philosophies that they have in life. And I think it's beautiful. So next time you're at a coffee shop, next time you're at the grocery store, why don't you ask your neighbor or a stranger what the meaning of life is to them? And you might be blown away by the answer you receive. Thanks for watching.
If you smoke, if you drink alcohol, if you do drugs, whatever. What's the number one thing? They studied like 10,000 people, and the longer people that lived, they asked these questions. Guess what the number one thing was?
What's that?
Social integration. If you walk down the street, just like I'm talking to you right now,
Yeah.
a lot of people don't do it.
Yeah.
And statistics have showed that those are the ones who typically die earlier than the ones that socially integrate.